Ping, pingly, ping, boom.
Good God, so pasty.
I know, what is this?
Yeah.
It's the other side.
Hey guys!
Hello!
First time you've seen us actually in the flesh in a really long while.
Unfortunately for you, I mean, not
We're
sure
so
if that's-
sorry.
We're pretty,
Our sincerest condolences.
yeah. Anyway, E3's come and gone.
Come and gone.
And that's why we're here to give you the Brothers Play Picks of E3.
So, yeah, E3's come and gone. A lot of interesting...
Yeah.
A lot of interesting sort of new games that are coming up.
Yeah.
And more information that's been added.
Yes.
We've each picked 3 that are like games
Three-ish.
that were three-ish with honorable mentions. So you're gonna get some of the sweet loving.
Yeah, pretty. We're sharing that sweet loving around multiple games from E3.
Would you like to go first or should I?
You can.
Okay. So
Yes.
one of the first sort of opening games. It's not the one I'm most excited about, but I'm fairly excited for it. It's For Honor. So it's Ubisoft's new third-person hack-slashy thing, which I think I showed you a couple months ago.
Ubisoft have been pumping out the new IPs over the last few years.
They definitely
You got to
have.
give them credit for that. I mean, while they're up to A Creed like 17,
Oh god, just let it die.
they've
I mean,
brought
like,
out what? Steep. We'll talk about that later.
Steep we'll talk about later.
For Honor.
For Honor.
Hot Dogs was fairly new as well. When
Watch
you think
Dogs
about
2
it.
or 3? 2.
Well, Hot Dogs, the first one, was a new IP.
Yeah, it was new IP. So they're just cranking out the IPs. They're coming up with new ideas.
Good for them.
Which is really good. Like, I'm not saying they're well executed all the time.
No, but they're
they're
in this
trying.
sort of a market
They're
to release
trying.
new IPs. It's risky.
It is risky. So For Honor is a third-person sort of hack-slashy. People pitch it to me as COD on, like, Call of Duty, but third-person with swords.
It looks better than that, to be honest. I mean,
It does, but I mean,
it looks.
that's the closest approximation I have. You play as one of 3 classes: a knight, Viking, or samurai. And the funny thing is, it's built for like it looks like it's built only multiplayer, but from what I've been told, it looks like they're doing a single-player campaign as well,
It's pretty.
which I'm pretty keen.
Single player campaigns are always good.
I don't even know. So like the story trailer is sort of these 3 guys. Like a calamity happens, like a cataclysm.
The
and-
calamity.
Yeah, love Bastion. A cataclysm happens, and these 3 sort of kingdoms, like from Europe and from like Japan and from like Viking wherever, get like thrown into the same sort of locale.
Yeah.
And they're warring with each other over like supplies,
A
like
puddle
water.
from the trailer.
Yeah, it's a puddle in the trailer, which I don't understand.
But
Still
it looks
exciting.
cool.
And then they're just about to make peace, and this lady called Apollyon shoots like an arrow somewhere and like throws it all into conflict again, which makes no sense. Like I'm pretty good at my Greek.
That's a little bit confusing.
My Greek myth is pretty good, and I don't know anyone called Apollyon.
Yeah,
who's
I've
the
never
bringer.
heard of
She
Apollyon.
calls herself the bringer of war. Also, it's a woman, which is kind of cool.
Correct us if we're wrong.
Correct us if we're wrong.
Could be some kind
I
of.
mean, if it's
hidden-
out there, put it in the comments below. Not
Yeah.
anyone ever freaking comments anyway.
Yeah,
But-
the barren wasteland.
Barren.
There's our
Wasteland.
comment section.
Nothing.
You see, we would do
Nothing.
one of those popular reading the comments videos, but it'd go for about 2
Nothing.
minutes.
Like,
yeah,
oh yeah,
that one comment. we got.
that one comment from that one guy. That
Maybe
we
we
know.
should do one of those.
We really
And
should.
Just like tumbleweeds and shit. Anyway, enough about that rant. So For Honor, that's your first pick.
For Honor's my first pick.
I'm going to counter that, if you will, parry or riposte. There you go.
Riposte.
Whatever, however
Yeah.
you want to pronounce it. With Zelda Breath of the Wild.
I'm not a huge Zelda fan, but tell
But
me.
this one, though. So it looks like the big boys at Nintendo, they've gone for a little bit of a different direction with this one. It's going to be open world.
Ooh.
Apparently a world size bigger than Skyrim's.
Oh god.
Which,
Oh, shit.
that's going to be big, ladies and germs.
Yeah. Once you get that, just like plug in the IV drip and just
Pretty much.
sit on the catheter toilet and just
It'll
go.
be like Wall-E, where we're just all sitting on those floaty chair things.
Oh, fat.
But yeah, it's looking like a pretty big departure from the norm so far. So he wakes up in this weird tomb,
This is Link.
kind
right?
of futuristic looking thing. Is it Link? Who
That's-
knows?
Oh,
Nobody
wow.
knows. That's
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
I think that's the
Wow.
idea of the story. You have to try and figure it out. He's woken up. It seems like he's a little bit into the future because there's some. I wouldn't say it's like lasers and fancy electronic doors and shit, but some of his weapons, like the bow and stuff, it has light that comes from it. It looks pretty snazzy. There's some sort of futuristic looking tech coming from that one.
Looks good. It's third person, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah, third person still. There's physics look freaking awesome, and like there's a lot of gameplay that they showed, a solid hour or so. Apparently, the biggest lines at E3 that had people trying to queue up to play it for like an hour.
Yeah, but the Zelda following is huge.
Oh, it's pretty damn massive.
It's pretty big.
Considering it's like literally almost the only thing Nintendo showed at E3. I guess it's expected.
Nintendo I worry about sometimes. Like, they had a really good run, like, back in, like, the 80s until, like, now-ish.
Yeah, and 64 until, like, the Wii.
They've got to start coming out with, like, newer... After the Wii, it was a little bit, like...
Wii U was, yeah. They're coming out with a new console next year.
Yeah.
So that might
I can say whatever, because I don't really... I'm not a huge Nintendo fan.
So you can just spout whatever.
I don't have the giant N carved on my chest. It's not a thing.
Well, apparently now they're putting in crafting, which is interesting. That's new. You can climb, which is new.
So basically Cuba.
Not really. It's kind of... They're taking a few bits and pieces, putting it in there, which it looks awesome. Physics, man. The physics demos they showed where he lights a fire and then the wind blows it and he accidentally sets a whole field of grass on fire.
Oh, God.
And you're like, shit, my bad. He's chopping down trees to cross.
You gotta... So when you light fires, you gotta find, like, sort of a block so that the wind doesn't spread all the fire.
There's rolling rocks that he rolls onto bad guys, and there's these enemies called Guardians, which are like big squid, octopus, four-legged things that... I'm assuming have something to do with it. You can finish the game without finishing the story.
Ooh.
It's new for Zelda.
That's kind of odd.
Yeah, it's kind of odd.
Yeah, because for me, finishing a game is like...
Finishing the story.
Killing the bad guy.
But apparently for speedrunners and stuff, maybe they can just skip all that business.
I don't understand speedrunners.
I do.
Like, people... No, I know what it is, but I don't understand why people do it. Because I'm like, you paid like $100 for this game, now you're going to play it in like a day?
But... they would keep on playing it to beat their scores. I mean, the number of times someone like, I think his name's ZXG, would have finished Ocarina of Time. Like, I've watched his Twitch streams. It's insane. Yeah. They're so precise,
so fast.
those speedrunners. It's crazy. Okay. But yeah,
maybe
it's my first pick. Zelda, Breath of the Wild.
Cool.
Nintendo, coming this year, I think.
I'll have to look more into it when I find the energy to care a bit more.
Wow.
So my second pick, number 2, which I'll probably put a big 2 there, is We Happy Few. So I don't know if anyone's like... It's a bit of a sleeper because it doesn't come from a company that everyone knows about. It's by Compulsion Games, new IP. I don't know who is actually publishing it. I can't remember now. But it's Compulsion Games. I don't know who's backing it. It could be a big studio. It could just be Compulsion Games by itself. But it's basically like Bioshock's Bastard Child.
It looks awesome.
It's kind of great. So the scene starts off where you're sitting at a typewriter sort of deal called a redactor-o-matic. And you're basically redacting bad news out of newspapers. And you're like, oh, okay, cool. And then you come up with... The character comes up with an article about, like, these two brothers. I'm assuming one of them is his brother. At least that's the information I have. And he goes into, like, a mental breakdown. The color, like, in the screen starts washing out. And he grabs a Joy, like... It's a bottle of tablets labeled Joy. And you're meant to shut up!
Which I think is... I'm assuming that's what you're going to try and generally find the story behind this use of Joy and why they're redacting all this bad news and stuff like that.
Yeah. So there's that. So it's based in like a dystopian era where for some reason they've managed to sort of censor away all the bad and they have everyone just medicated to the eyeballs. Yeah. And the minute you stop being medicated, they have sensors that can pick that up, so you go from a happy person to a downer. Yeah,
like this guy. I mean, he's a pretty big downer.
Yeah. The game was actually kickstarted, I think. Like, there was a Kickstarter for it, which is really great.
It looks super cool.
It's got the same sort of Dishonored kind of feel, like the story.
Yeah, it looks like a cross between Dishonored and Shock, basically.
Yeah, basically. And it starts with you sort of playing the average sort of schmuck in like Joe Schmo in this sort of giant happy antidepressant cog machine, and then you suddenly develop like a conscience and you break out of the machine. You try to sort of find your way out to escape to an island where downers can live. By downers I mean real people, and it's procedurally generated, which is really cool. So you sort of every time you break out of the office or start the break, you wind up in a different sort of street. So the same street that you're on, it might be the same street, but it looks completely different. The people behave differently, reactions are always different. Which is a big ask. It's a huge ask.
That's a huge thing to do.
It's a huge ask to have for the game mechanic. Multiple characters. There's meant to be multiple characters that you can play as well. That's just a rumor that I heard. Great art style. And
it's very cool looking.
It's roguelike, you gotta craft things. Melee, combat at the moment mostly just looks like you use like pipes and pans.
Spoons.
Forks.
Scoop. It's damn impressive what they can do nowadays with procedural generation. I mean, look at stuff like No Man's Sky, Cube World even.
Oh, No Man's Sky is actually one of the
ones. That's insane.
But that'll be an honorable mention.
Yeah.
But No Man's Sky.
But we've mentioned No Man's Sky before anyway. All right, well that takes me to my number 12, which is kind of a co-op-ish one. Mass Effect Andromeda. That's the one.
Are you saying co-op-ish because I'm also interested in it?
Yes, I am. It looks fantastic. Well, yeah, it does look cool. We haven't really seen an awful lot of gameplay.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have much we can say about it just from the trailer.
They kind of just gave us, I guess, the first sort of in-depth trailer, I suppose. There's a little bit of gameplay in there. So it's kind of hard to judge what sort of stuff there's going to be. There's going to be the Mako, of course, that's back. They're going for...
The what? The Mako?
Yeah. The vehicle from Mass 1.
The
Mako,
Mako,
however you want to pronounce it. Moko.
I thought you were talking about
Mocha,
New Race.
Coffee.
Yeah.
They're going for more of an exploration vibe, which is right up my alley. Like, right jammed up in there, pretty much. Yeah, that's...
Right up there, Morty! Right up there!
Solid reference.
Yes,
Fantastic
solid
show,
reference.
by the way. Yeah, Mass Effect Andromeda. Looks cool. Exploration, Andromeda Galaxy. It's going to be interesting to see what they do with the new Shepard. They introduced her as a female Shepard
Ooh, yes.
in the trailer, which was kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, you'll still get to choose.
You will still
You
get
pretty
to
much always
choose.
will get to choose.
Be interesting to see if you could be an alien race. Highly doubt it, though, to be honest. There's
Tyrion.
Asari in there, from what
Tyrion.
we saw, with the little smiling one at the end.
Yeah.
Tyrion's a cool boy.
I'll play Tyrion.
New monsters. There's alien bad boys that
There's
we saw
always
in the
alien
trailer.
bad boys
There
to
is.
kill.
New ship. Looks pretty snazzy. Completely forgotten the name of it, but
It's not the Normandy anymore.
no, it's not. It looks pretty
I'm
fancy.
gonna miss the Normandy.
So am I. Good times.
Good time.
Yeah,
I'd like
I'm,
to get like a Normandy model and just put it somewhere.
I'm pretty sure you could get one in a couple of the... Might have been Mass 2 Super Special Edition or something. You could get
Yeah,
a
you
mini
get it.
Normandy, couldn't you?
Yeah, you could. I just didn't bother with it.
Speaking of
well.
special editions, Andromeda could be a good one. Because the Mass Effect special editions are pretty
Oh
legit.
yeah. Oh yeah.
They were reasonably high up there.
Yeah. We're probably gonna do a video of
Probably.
like, what you should put in the Mass Andromeda. Like
I feel like we could do that for most games.
we could. We could.
Yeah.
We could.
Anyway, yeah. Pick 2, Andromeda. There's mostly just been a big trailer for it. Check that out if you want more about it. And I'm assuming we'll have some more news over the coming
If
months.
more information comes up by the time this video goes out, feel free to post it below in the comments.
Go for it.
At least bring some life there. It's barren. It's barren.
It is a little bit. I mean, you can kind of
It's a
infer
little
what you
lonely.
want. We could do a second-by-second breakdown of the trailer, but who's got the time for that? to be honest?
We kind of do. If you want it, we have the time. We will make the time.
But we probably won't, actually.
Probably.
Maybe.
Yeah, so now we're on to my third pick of the E3, and this is my final sort of pick that I'm really excited for. Yeah, we'll have to insert some drum sounds. Dishonored 2, so I've actually, in the interest of keeping it fresh, I kind of tend to stray away from sequels. But Dishonored, though...
2?
Dishonored was like one of the games that came out recently, not recently, but one of the games that I fell very deeply in love with. It was great. Like the first Dishonored, everything was built so well.
Yep.
It's in a Victorian era. It's like steampunk, but not obnoxiously so.
Cool. It's a cool setting.
It's a very cool setting.
It's very nice.
It's very nice. And what I liked about it was that they gave you the tools just to be. So like they're like, here you go, have these powers. These are handy for this, this, and this, but you can use them for other things as well.
Yeah.
So for example, you throw like mines in the air and then use the wind thing to knock them through the air to like hit a guard in the head and kill like an entire patrol. Kind of crazy.
Damn cool game.
So Dishonored 2 is like, it looks like a really promising sequel. It's set in Karnaka, so it's not set in wherever the hell this one was. The first one was based in. The first one was based in like the London.
Yeah, pretty much the Londonish sort of place.
Grimsport or something. I don't know. It's based in Karnaka, which is in Serkonos, which is actually south of the main empire. So it's sort of like Westeros, Sothorios.
That's geography.
Yeah. It's great. So there's a new gaming engine that they built for the game. It's called the Void Engine, which I'm pretty sure is just like an Unreal Engine, but they just tweaked it a lot.
Sounds like a badass name.
The Void Engine. It's what is it? So you play as Emily Caldwin, who is like the Corvo's daughter.
You can play as Corvo as well.
Yeah, you can play as Corvo as well, which is kind of cool. And she's become very much her father's daughter, so she's like
kills people.
She kills people. She knows how to kill people. Yeah.
Yep.
She has. It's not explained very well in the trailers, but she's had like a thing with the stranger, so she has powers as well. She can do things like shadow walk, where you turn into a shadow and crawl across the floor.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, it's kind of
the new abilities they showed off in the trailers are pretty cool.
Insanely good. there's Corvo actually talks now as well, which is kind of crazy. Like you actually get to see Corvo older and stuff.
Without the mask?
Without the mask, yeah. We've seen him a few times without the mask. And you're the main sort of MacGuffin of the story is you're battling a wider conspiracy to destroy the monarchy and to usurp the throne. So I don't really know what that is. I'm looking forward to more unscripted pleasantness. So like the first sort of Dishonored, there's a lot of unscripted nonsense that just happens, and if you're not careful, you just might miss it.
Pulls it all up.
Yeah. Hopefully more of the same gameplay. Honestly, if it's more of the same gameplay, I'm gonna be just fine.
Yeah,
with
you
that.
can't fault that.
Yeah, Dishonored is one of those games where I'm like, just more, just give me more. It's the same thing I had with Bioshock. When I heard there was a second one coming out, I'm like, yeah, I don't care about the story, just give me more of whatever that was. You can play as either Corvo or Emily, which you said, and both characters are actually fully voiced, so they both characters just contribute to the story in their own way.
That's cool.
Powers are more customizable, so you can fully tweak them. I don't know how far the tweaking goes, but they told me it's customizable.
Nice. They told you, just Bethesda. Yeah. Hello, sir. Just to let you know, fully customizable powers in Dishonored 2. Bye.
Wait, what? I have so many questions. Block number.
They're short but to the point. Bethesda.
Short but to the point. Bethesda. We never actually got a copy.
No, we didn't.
If we did, it'd be so great.
They don't need to know that.
Like a lot. It's just more of the same, but they've done it better.
Yep.
To cut the long story short,
And newer.
Yeah, newer. Yeah. One of the new gadgets I saw is a time traveling gadget, which is like a time peaker or something. But it's like a little motor, sort of like you see in most of the Dishonored games. Like the heart look like a little motor thing that you carry. But it's a motor that has like these glass panes that flick up, and the glass panes make you look forward or backward in time.
That's pretty sick.
And then if you sort of trigger it, it drags you through to the time that you were in, that you're looking at.
That sounds pretty damn cool. That opens up a whole new level of bitches.
And they've hinted at sort of alliances that get affected by your actions, so you have to sort of play the Game of Thrones, as it were. So you assassinate this guy, but because he dies, no one's doing this.
His monkey's uncle will
his monkey's uncle, who's 90% worse, will like step up. So that's sort of my big three that I'm really keen about.
That's a pretty big three, man. That's pretty huge.
Pretty decent picks. I'm pretty happy with
So, for my third choice, I'm kind of going into a little bit of Uncharted territory here.
The game Uncharted?
No. Uncharted 4 came out, man. You
I know.
Stupid turnip. Anyway, we don't have a PS4. Neither of us do.
No, neither of us do.
Which is a bit of a shame, because they had a pretty good showing at E3.
Oh my god, PS4 has so many great games.
And so this is why I'm going for Horizon Zero Dawn as my third pick.
Horizon Zero.
A little bit different. It's a new IP. Trailer came out last year, I think, at E3.
Is that the
dinosaur robots thing?
Oh, yeah.
It's Horizon Zero Dawn.
Is that the chick with the bow and arrow?
Yeah.
Like
So it's kind of, I'd say it's almost post-apocalyptic in the way that the old civilization or whatever it is got completely pooped. Yeah. And so now there's still the normal wildlife, but a lot of it's been kind of replaced by these robotic machines that are almost imitating.
It makes
dinosaurs. There's like little velociraptor ones and stuff they showed in the trailer.
I've seen the trailer. I've watched the trailer and I'm sort of trying to work out, because in some games like, Last of Us or whatever, you can clearly see where humanity has come from.
Yeah.
Whereas in this one, you're sort of like, how did the dinosaurs become
super pro? I'm assuming it's something like kind of, I guess it's the age-old sort of, we create artificial intelligence, then it supplants us, and we get boned by it, and it's kind of, it's really cool, actually, the gameplay and the combat that I saw in the video they released recently. Like, pinning down some big robot thing called a corruptor that's making all the other robo-dinos go crazy with different types of arrows, different types of bows, different types of bolts. And the combat looks super swish. Like there's the same enemy before is doing a variety of different actions, like picking up, throwing boulders, jumping onto the character, swanging around, catching fire. It looks sick.
Yeah.
Beautiful looking game as well, as most of them are nowadays.
Yeah. PS4 is like just
if we want to go there,
we're like so expensive.
If
the buy-in is like $500 on the front door,
and they're coming out with PS 4.5 soon, which we could probably actually segue into an entire other segment about the 4.5 Project Scorpio, the Xbox Slim.
Yeah.
Or the new sort of not next gen, but next level up consoles coming out. But that's probably my third pick.
Exciting stuff. And now we come to honorable mentions. Thanks, Rai. So our honorable mentions are like just games that we sort of looked at, we liked, but we didn't think would make the top three.
Dow 3.
Yeah, Gao 3. 4.
Dawn of War 3
Down of
is
War.
what I was going for.
Dao 3. Right.
Dao 3, yes.
Yeah,
Dawn of War 3.
Big fan.
Let's try and get this done in a sentence, just for awesomeness sake. Combination of 1 and 2. That's all you need. Basically, taking the best of both of them. Heroes look sick, base building's back, and looks pretty excited. Next.
Yeah. Mine was Wildlands, so it's basically free roaming.
Toast Recon.
Toast Recon?
Yeah.
Just toast with a machine gun.
Iron Bread.
Yeah,
returns.
this is bread running downhill with a machine gun.
Would
strapped to his
play,
back.
actually, out of 10.
Would 10 out of 10.
Toast
We should
Recon.
play. We need to finish our Iron Bread thing. But yeah, Ghost Recon Wildlands, free roaming. Your job is to like shatter the Medellin cartel by just killing and kidnapping your way to the top, which is good. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, fair enough.
Creative traversing. It's sort of like, I've been told it's sort of like the Division's cousin, except, you know, a bit more fun.
Bit more
And
fun,
with
wow.
more of a campaign, because the Division was more like multiplayer based.
Yeah.
Which is good. What's your next honorable mention? Or do you have anything?
New God of War looks frigging awesome from the trailer. Norse mythology, cool.
Torturously.
He's a dad now, kind of cool.
He's got a giant axe that he throws at
He's
people.
got a big beard.
He's got a big beard.
It
got
looks
a
very,
son.
very cool. It was a pleasant surprise, actually.
Daddy, I don't want to kill the thing. Shut up, son. No
Kill
one
the
cares.
thing, you silly boy.
It's basically, that's what the trailer is. Kill the thing. But I don't want to kill the thing.
Pretty much.
So he kills the thing for him.
You ain't gonna be a big God of War like your papa if you don't kill the thing. But I don't want to be a God of War.
Kill all the things.
I want to be a farmer. Shut up, son.
No
I have
one
no
cares.
farmer son of mine.
No one cares.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's cool. My other pick was Titanfall 2. Series is getting a revival.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was actually an underground hit, because when Titanfall first came out, I was really keen on it, and it was good, but then it sort of...
I feel like they
Flash.
kind of missed the window before games that only had multiplayer were acceptable.
Yeah, they would have... If it
'Cause-
came out now, it would have
Yeah,
come in
along
pretty good.
like you look at Overwatch, that has no campaign. It's frigging huge now. Overwatch, it's
Yeah.
like it's massive. It's
I
multiplayer
love
only.
Overwatch, I do.
You have all the MOBAs, pure multiplayer. We won't talk about Evolve. That's a special case. Battlefront was only multiplayer, and that was kind of allowed to let slide-ish.
It kind of peeled a little.
Barely.
It did okay, like, it scraped by. Like,
Yeah.
Kieran still plays it. And
I
I'm
feel
"Oh,
like if they had more content on release for that, it would be better. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's Titanfall 2 is going to be interesting.
I think the start of like the multiplayer only or multiplayer heavy stuff was like it began for me with Battlefield, because Battlefield's campaign was just like
COD definitely had it in campaigns, I
Yeah.
think, over Battlefield.
COD had it in campaigns pretty good. Titanfall 2, more story. There's actually going to be a story
Yeah,
now.
there's a story mode.
There's more Titan classes, so you get more like different functionalities and
It's customizability.
customizability. There's also there's more of a story, more customizability. I mean, I'm kind of excited for it. Looks good.
I probably won't get it, to be honest. I mean, I don't have an
Probably.
Xbox One
I
anyway.
probably won't get it either, but like.
But
I'm
it looks
excited for
alright.
It looks alright. I'll probably get it when it's like cost nothing. Now for a game that's non-combative.
Yeah, I'm coming completely out of left field with this one. Steep. It's a game
By
about
Ubisoft.
walking up hills
And then
that are rather steep.
flying down them.
And then flying down them on an assortment of different
Things.
extreme sport craft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's Ubisoft again. Is it
Again,
Ubisoft?
see, yeah.
Ubisoft coming back
New
into
IP
the
again.
insanely new IP.
There we go.
Yeah. So you sort of live in a free roaming sort of world
Yeah, it's kind of like an open world.
based
extreme
around the
sports
French
game.
Alps. It's
Yeah.
around the French Alps, the Pyrenees Mountains and stuff like that.
So
And
you got wingsuiting, you got skydiving, you got snowboarding, you got skiing, you got upside down tobogganing on a moot. No, you don't
No,
have
you don't.
that, but
on a moose. Yeah. So you basically sort of wander into the game, and the thing I think the most thrilling thing about it is just traversing the landscape, like wingsuiting down a mountain.
it's really different.
Even if there's no one shooting at me, which it happens 90% of the time when I play Far Cry 3, I'm like wingsuiting and there's bullets whizzing past my head.
Yep.
It's still pretty good.
It looks cool. I mean, they're
Very
focusing it a little bit around multiplayer, challenging your friends with different times, different scores, yada yada.
Or
But
you can just form like a group and just
yeah,
go skiing together.
it's
just fun.
kind of reminds me a little bit of like GTA 4.
Yeah.
GTA 5? What are they up to now? 5, aren't
No,
they?
no, 5, yeah.
Where you just get a bunch of bros together and you do all the funky
Drive
time
around
trials
running
and
over hookies
yeah,
and
that
whatever.
sort of stuff.
Yeah, hookers. Yeah.
Hookies. Wookiees that are hookers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh god. All the fur. Yeah. My final sort of honorable mention is Watch Dogs 2.
Hot Dogs 2? Yeah.
Hot Dogs 2.
Hot Dogs
I could
2.
do a hot dog right about now.
Trailer's cool.
Trailer is cool. It looks like they've basically gone. Oh, ignore Watch Dogs 1 because Watch Dogs 2.
You now play as Anonymous.
Yeah, I think so. Do you?
It's pretty much...
It's
You play as
totally
like an underground
believable.
hacking
Yeah.
sort of unit.
They don't
which-
say you play as Anonymous.
No. It looks kind of... I think that's what they tried to be inspired by.
Yeah. Watch Dogs 1 I felt was okay until like the end of the campaign. Then there was nothing to do. Nothing. Whereas Watch Dogs 2, I've seen like you do some parkour. There's some other stuff that you do.
It looks like you build up your own hacking unit,
Empire,
network thing.
etc. It doesn't look overly exciting to me, but I enjoyed the first Watch Dogs right up until I finished the campaign. So we'll see what happens. Yeah,
It looks interesting.
I'm willing to give it the benefit of the doubt.
There was a lot... It showed a lot of potential, let's say, the first Watch Dogs. And
First Watch Dogs.
hopefully they'll be able to live up to it with this next one.
Yeah. And I think my final thing would have been like Gears of War 4.
Yeah, I didn't really look too much into that over
Neither did
E3.
I. Like, there's nothing about it that really wows me. But then again, like, we've all played like Gears.
Yeah, we know it's gonna be fairly good. We know we'll probably get it.
The
or at least
heartstrings
Johnson
real
will.
hard.
It's gonna be some good old better have co-op fun.
Better.
Pretty much. If it doesn't, I'll be sad.
Yeah.
I
It
think
doesn't throw our cog tags in the toilet.
in the same vein, Pokemon Sun and Moon. Kind of knew about that beforehand. They released a little more footage, set in a Hawaii kind of country. Released a few new pokes. It looks cool. It looks fun. But yeah, it wasn't really anything I was like, more news is going to suddenly make it better. You kind of know what you're going to get.
Yeah, I find
It's
a
in the
lot
same
of
vein.
a lot of these games like I tend to only ever be interested in new IPs now. Anything else?
So do I.
If it's a sequel, I'm like, yeah, I'm probably gonna get it, but I'm not really expecting it.
And that's why I think it's kind of hard to do like a Who Won E3 sort of thing. Because everyone sort of had these new sort of releases, IPs, that kind of stuff that they're launching out. There's going to be a Crash Bandicoot remaster. There's going to be a Skyrim remaster.
Because we don't care about Call of Duty, but
No.
with Infinite Warfare, it's gotten a lot of hate, but it's getting like if you get that, you get a free copy of the remastered Modern Warfare, the first one.
Remasters, I'm still a little bit on the fence about them. Like,
Yeah.
for games you love, it's like, okay, that looks awesome. But it also seems like, I don't know. Could just be a simple money grab sort of
Could
thing.
be.
At times. But
Maybe
you don't know
because
how
they
much
know
work
it's
it
bad.
was.
Because there's been a lot of hate over Infinite Warfare.
Yeah.
Which I don't
And
know.
then Battlefield releasing Battlefield 1 or whatever they're
I'm
calling
excited
it.
for Battlefield 1.
Just kind of pooped on it
Yeah,
in
just,
terms of hype.
yeah. So that would be good. I mean, I'm excited for Battlefield 1, and I'm a little bit excited just to see a remaster of Modern Warfare, of the first one.
Yeah.
Like, my whole thing about Call of Duty was, it was good right up until the end of Modern Warfare.
Modern Warfare 2 was alright, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, Modern Warfare 1, 2, 3. I mean the arc of Modern Warfare. Like, the
Okay,
entire Russian campaign, where you kill, like, all of the Russian...
All of Russia.
You basically kill all of Russia. After that, there's like these awareness videos. Was your father affected by Task Force 141? Call here now.
Pretty much.
Because we killed him.
And we will kill you now. Oh no.
Kill the sun, so there's no... But yeah, no, I'm pretty excited. Yeah, pretty much after the last Modern Warfare, which is Modern Warfare 3, it just went... I don't know what happened. Like, Ghost was a complete embarrassment to me, so...
Yeah, I think the sequelitis maybe getting to them a little bit.
I'm a little bit worried about Dishonored for that as well. Like, Dishonored 2, you know it's going to be good, but, like, sequelitis, I'm just
It's only
so
the
scared.
second.
It's only the second, but still.
It's not Creed levels yet of repetitive.
Yeah, that's
repetition.
true. As Creed 2 had, like, really good. Like,
And then
As Creed
Brotherhood. I think Brotherhood was my favorite.
Throwing the
weapons. Yeah, I think we're getting a little bit distracted. My last honourable, probably FIFA 2017, while we're talking about sequels, is... They showed a campaign and story mode in the same vein that the NBA games apparently have.
Oh.
And that got people really hyped that they're willing to kind of put this into a FIFA game, which is what fans have been wanting for a while. So it's going to be
actually
interesting.
a campaign based
Yeah,
on
I think he'll design your own hokey, kicks the ball around, and then
Hokey.
he'll go up through the ranks into your teams, and there'll be little cutscenes and story elements and
He'll
stuff.
run over a
which-
hooker with his car and get thrown out of
Yeah, and it'll be that realistic.
He'll be found in
You have
a
lawsuits on your hands.
in a hotel
and
room full of, like,
bad
cocaine.
press.
It turns into less of a football game, into more of a GTA
Just
game.
like
and then you find out it was
Soccer ball
developed by
full of
Rockstar.
cocaine, but,
Yeah.
yeah.
You find out it was developed by Rockstar, and you're like, that's it. That explains it.
Yep, we're done.
Anyway, before we ramble on anymore,
I think that about wraps up our E3 2016 picks and picks.
pigs. Before we finish up, we'll do Ryan. What have you been playing?
Overwatch.
So much Overwatch.
Yeah. Since Exam Block finished, I've been playing
Blanc.
Overwatch. Blanc.
Blanc finish.
Since Exam Block finished, I've been playing Overwatch.
Overwatch.
And that is my confession.
I've been playing a bit of everything. Played a bit of Division recently.
Nice.
It kind of sucked. There's a lot of trolls in Division. I went into the
Yeah.
Dark Zone and got killed 9 times by the same team because they just like spawn followed me and then they killed me and then spawn followed me again and killed
And
me.
that's when you're like, yeah, maybe I could get off of this one.
I was
for a
like,
bit.
I think I'm gonna leave before I destroy something.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find something else to do. Anyway, this has been Jotham and Ryan of the Brothers Play.
The very same.
Thanks for watching. We will catch you sometime in the near future when we can next get together to edit videos.
I'm running out of various hand signals to use to say farewell.
Yeah, we're gonna go. Bye.
Toodaloo.
Toodaloo.